The first openly transgender soldier in Mexican military history was a colonel who fought under Zapata during the Mexican Revolution, Amelio Robles. Welcome back to Yesterqueers. My name's Amanda. I'm a public historian who talks about queer history on the internet. Please bear with my pronunciation today. I don't speak Spanish well and I have trouble rolling R's. Robles was born as the daughter of a wealthy rancher in Guerrero in 1889. She was named Amelia and raised as a traditional Catholic girl, though she always preferred more masculine hobbies like riding and shooting. Amelia joined the revolution around 1911. She was drawn more to the freedom of life as a Zapatista than she was to the ideals fueling the movement. By 1913, he'd moved from an imposed feminine identity to a masculine identity that felt right for him. He changed his name to Amelio. He dressed and acted as a man and demanded to be treated as one, often from behind the barrel of his gun. He was known to shoot with one hand and hold his cigar in the other. Historian Gabriela Cano points out that part of the reason his transition was accepted so readily by his comrades was that the version of masculinity he embodied was valuable on the battlefield. He was courageous and capable of responding immediately and violently to aggression. He was a master horseman, an expert marksman, and a good strategist, and he could drink and smoke and womanize with the best of them. He reinforced traditional Mexican gender roles while also subverting them. Amelio rose quickly through the ranks of the Zapatistas. His journals record participation in more than 70 battles, and by the time Zapata was killed in 1919, he had more than 300 men under his command. After the war, Amelio settled into civilian life as a man. He married a woman named Angela Torres in the 1930s, and they adopted a daughter. For the most part, he was given the respect traditionally afforded to male war heroes and landowners, but it would take him almost 50 years to be recognized as a revolutionary veteran. Amelio's ability to live as a man after the war was due in large part to his comrades, many of whom went on to become powerful men who smoothed the way for his acceptance as both a man and a veteran. A doctor certifying his bullet wounds in 1948 made his report without mention of Amelio's gender. The governor of Morelos issued him a certificate of revolutionary merit. An apocryphal birth certificate listing his gender as male and his name as Amelio somehow appeared in his official military file. And he was admitted to the Socialist Party of Guerrero and the League of Agrarian Communities, men's organizations that granted him real political power in his community. The Mexican Secretary of National Defense finally recognized Amelio as a veterano in 1970, and he received several more military honors over the next few years, including the Revolutionary Merit Award and inclusion in the Mexican Legion of Honor. He died in 1984 at the age of 95. Amelio Robles lived and died as a man, but since his death, his gender has gotten muddled in the telling of his story. The reasons why are complex. There's a great article by Gabriela Cano linked in the usual place for those who are curious. But he now exists in this sort of liminal space where he's remembered as both guerrillero and soldadera. In his hometown of Xochipala, there's an elementary school named after Coronel Emilio Robles. It's just a few hundred yards away from a museum named after Coronela Amelia Robles. That's it for today. As always, more information, including sources and further reading, is available in the usual place.